Dettleston. Lewis is escorted this evening by his mother Heidi and father Andy Dettleston. Lewis completes his 5th year as a member of the pep band. His future plans include attending Ball State University to major in chemistry. Lewis Dettleston. Addison Flores. Addison is escorted this evening by her mother Tabitha Cordell and teacher Mr. Dawson. Addison completes her 4th year as a member of the women's wrestling team. Future plans include attending Manchester University to major in exercise science and pursue a career as an athletic trainer. Addison Flores. Madison Henderson. Madison is escorted this evening by her mother Amy Henderson and father Mike Henderson. Madison completes her 3rd year as a member of the women's wrestling. Madison's future plans include attending Heidelberg University to study behavior psychology and continue her wrestling career. Madison Henderson. Lorelei Heil. Lorelei is escorted this evening by her mother Mary and father Brad Heil. Lorelei completes her 4th year as a member of the swim team. Lorelai's future plans include attending college or university for diagnostic medical sonography. Lorelei Heil. Azariah Keys. As he is escorted this evening by her mother Crystal Keys and father Justin. As he completes her 4th year on the swim dive team and 5th year on the cheerleading squad. Future plans include attending Evangel University to pursue social work and psychology. Azzy Keys. Katie Lytle. Katie's escorted this evening by her mother Christy and father Jenny Lytle. Katie completes her 4th year on the swim dive team and 4th year on the cheerleading squad. Future plans include attending Ball State University. Katie Lytle. Callie Mealy. Callie is escorted this evening by her mother Karen and father Scott Mealy. Callie completes her 3rd year on the dive team and 4th year on the cheerleading squad. Her future plans include attending Purdue University to pursue animal science. Callie Mealy. Jaden Owens. Jaden escorted this evening by her father Billy Owens, mother Maggie Shaw, and stepfather Trent Shaw. Jaden completes her 3rd year as a member of the pep band. Future plans include attending Ball State University, the double major in music and anthropology. Jaden Owens. Carly Pitts. Carly is escorted this evening by her mother, Kimberly, and father, Kyle Pitts. Carly completes her 4th year on the dive team and 4th year as a member of the cheerleading squad. Carly's future plans include attending Indiana Wesleyan University for nursing and continuing her cheerleading career. Carly Pitts. Abigail Slentz. Abigail is escorted this evening by her mother, Amanda Slentz, and father, Brad. Abigail completes her 1st year in gymnastics. Future plans include attending Taylor University to pursue a career as a high school teacher. Abigail Slentz. Chloe Smith. Chloe is escorted this evening by her mother, Megan Westfall, and father, Shannon Daniel. Chloe completes her 2nd year as a member of the women's wrestling and 4th year in robotics, and 4th year in archery, and 4th year in JROTC. Future plans include attending Ohio State University to pursue social work. Chloe Smith. Sarah Yoho. Sarah is escorted this evening by her mother, Jessica, and father, Jeff Sennett. Sarah completes her 3rd year on the women's wrestling team. Future plans include attending Grace College to pursue elementary education. Sarah Yoho. And let's have another round of applause for our seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, your Blackford Bruins.
good evening and welcome to Blackford High School in Hartford City, Indiana for tonight's Central Indiana Conference matchup in men's high school basketball between the Bruins of Blackford High School and the Panthers of Eastbrook High School. If you joined us for tonight's first game, you saw the Blackford Bruins ladies defeat the Eastbrook Panthers in a matchup that was close for a while, but at the end the Bruins kind of pulled away and managed to win that one handily. We're glad you came back to join us for this second one. Tonight's game features a couple of the leading scorers really in the state in Class 2A, Amarian Leggett for Blackford, and for Eastbrook, Caden Jones. Jake, what can you tell us about these two individuals?
Yeah, both pretty young, both just sophomores, and they are the top two leading scorers in the Central Indiana Conference. Leggett scoring 26.9 points a game this year. That's second best in the entire state of Indiana. Caden Jones for Eastbrook scoring 17 points a game for the Panthers. And, you know, both teams don't go very deep into the bench. Usually they play about 6 guys the whole game. So we'll get pretty familiar with the people we see on the floor tonight. Caden Jones and Amarian Leggett will be responsible for most of the points, would be the expectation.
Well, Blackford took their first conference loss last week against the Frankton Eagles here at Blackford High School. That moved them to 4-1 in the conference. They got 2 games left tonight against Eastbrook, and the final game will be against Oak Hill, so they do still control their own destiny. And now we'll join the public address announcer for the announcements of the cheerleading squads and both teams.
Ashlyn Thomas, Alexis Hummer, Grace McKinnon, Morgan Hunt, Madison Eastbrook, Karen Fields, varsity cheerleaders Shelby Blake, McKenna Reed, Julia Schroyer, Harry Brown, Blake Getty, Carly McKinnon, Katie Leno, Calvin Healy, Ashley Keys, Carter Pitts, lifters, are you ready? Brady Bartlett, Brody Manister, Bobby McDaniel, Ross Maddox, Josh Hurst, Corbin Batten, Isaac Martin, Lonnie Bundlein, Michael Morris. Coaches, Mrs. Eldridge and Erica Freeman. That's it for the 6th man out there, the 36th guy. And also a big round of applause for our pit band. All right, Bruin fans, on your feet as the Bruin pit band plays the Blackford fight song. Let's meet our visiting Eastbrook Panthers. Non-starters, number 12, Landon Traub. 21, Miles Brown. 22, Blaze Pinkerton. 24, Gavin Ruber. 30, Blake Jacobs. 32, Logan Herring. 34, Jacob McDermott. 40, Wesley Quackenbush. And 44, Jake Miles. Starting for the Panthers, number 3, Kyler Hackman. Number 10, Matthew Slater. Number 15, Caden Jones. Number 20, Malachi Luque. Number 33, Bodie Howe. Coach, Jeff Liddick. We're Blackford Bruins. Non-starters, number 1, Hunter Slusher. Number 3, Jacob McFall. Number 12, Jacob Berry. Number 15, Coach Hicks. Number 22, Jacob Austin. Number 33, Eli Morgan. Starting for the Bruins, number 0, number 14, Mason McFeely. Number 23, Mason Kidder. Number 32, Jacob Dillon. Number 40, Reggie Duran. Coach, Aaron Daniels. Assistant Gary Bigwig. John Mariowski, Scott Cagle.
Well, thanks for joining us here tonight. We've got a great crowd at Blackford High School. These two schools, Eastbrook and Blackford, located only 10 miles apart as the crow flies. Quite a rivalry between the two. It's a good matchup between two of the top scorers in Class 2A tonight with Amari Leggett and Caden Jones for Eastbrook. So Blackford controls the tip, and they're going to have the first opportunity to score tonight. Blackford started off the season 13-0. They dropped both contests last weekend. The first was against Frankton, where Frankton dominated the Bruins. And then the second in a very close finish with some controversial endings as Kitterman puts up the 3 from the left wing, and it's good. And when Kitterman starts off strong, the Bruins are a tough team to beat.
Bruins are 1,000% from the line.
Keith was hoping things were a little bit hotter than they were last weekend against Frankton, where Blackford was ice cold. It was 3 degrees outside and even colder, I think, inside.
Oh, yeah.
This is Hackman with the orange shoes to Howe. Howe's the second leading scorer for Eastbrook. Hackman will put up a 3 off the mark, and Leggett gets his first rebound of the night. Leggett finds McFeely in the left corner. McFeely doesn't shoot that often, but he knocks down another one. So the Bruins, it's like a different team than we saw.
Yeah, must be an X
last
on the
Friday
floor
night.
down there.
A good crowd tonight. Great turnout by the student section as they have all season. As Howell drives in the lane, back to Hackman. Howell and Hackman continue to play catch on the right side of the offense. Inside the Luthi, but we're going to get a foul there. That's going to be on Slater.
You mentioned Blackford started off 13-0 before losing both games last weekend. Eastbrook was 7-2 at one point this year. They've lost their last 4, including one last Saturday to Madison Grant, the last place team in the CIC. So Both teams looking to get off the schneid tonight.
Yeah.
Well, Madison Grant seems to maybe have lost a little bit of their momentum they had coming out of that. I saw the Oak Hill score from earlier tonight. Oak Hill manhandled the Argyle Skeeth. They scored 80 points.
20.
Something like that, yeah. You see the score will scroll through on the bottom.
81 to 28 is the final in that one.
Oak Hill just continues to look incredibly impressive in Class 2A as Howell drives on Duran. Now this is Jones. Jones is the leading scorer, 15. He's the leading scorer for the Panthers. Jones averages 17 points a game. But from the corners, Luthi. Leggett very quickly. The defense definitely focusing on Leggett.
Boy,
He's triple teamed there.
Yeah.
Duran able to save that one. Saves it across to Kitterman.
Good thought, but he just
He was looking
there.
for Dylan Cutting.
Yeah.
So for Blackford, everyone focuses on Leggett, but Kitterman's the second leading scorer. Kitterman averaging 14 points a game, 34% three-point shooting. Here's Hackman. And the Duran in the left wing. Skip past the Leggett. Across to Kitterman, couldn't quite handle that one. Defense is going to extend out on Leggett now. Try to trap him in the corner. A ball. Luthi able to deflect that off of Leggett, apparently. So Hackman guarded by McFeely. Howe gets around the defender, gets around McFeely, puts up the shot from the paint. McFeely couldn't handle that one from Leggett. Pass was a little bit off target. Wholesale substitutions now for Eastbrook. Got Jacobs and Brown. So this is Miles Brown. He drives the lane off to Howell, off the glass. The shot is off the mark. Rebound Reggie Duran for Blackford. McFeely to the corner, finds Kitterman open. Oh, that one in and out. Rebound Reggie Duran. Leggett in the lane, finds Jacob Dillon under the basket for the assist.
Good pass.
Luther to Jones. Actually, it's not Luther. Brown to Jones. Hackman on the drive over to Brown. Brown in the lane. Eastbrook having a hard time finding the basket tonight, Keith.
Yeah.
Kitterman on the cut. Couldn't get that to go in. Gets a rebound. Kicks it out to Reggie Duran. Back to Kitterman for three. That one's off the mark. Rebound, Jacob Dillon. He misses his second. That rebound was Blake Jacobs. Here's Jones on the drive. Left hand off the glass and in. And that's the first points for the Eastbrook Panthers tonight.
Eastbrook, number 15, King Jones.
Again, Jones averaging 17 a game for Eastbrook. Nearly a turnover there from McFeely. Kitterman nearly lost the handle on it. So Eastbrook extends the defense. Here's Leggett for a deep three.
Deep three.
Another rebound by Jacob Dillon. That's 4 for Dillon. Kitterman has 3. McFeely has 3. Amari Leggett yet to score. Leggett averaging 28 a game. There's Hal in the lane. 3 from the left corner. McFeely stops just short of that midcourt line. He drives, kick out to Kitterman, back to Leggett. Leggett drives just to Duran. Back to Duran again. Blackford doesn't force a lot of shots, Keith. They'll wait for a good one. Leggett takes the 3 from the right side, and he knocks it down. That's his first points. First 3-pointer tonight for Amari Leggett. Ruberg for 3 for Eastbrook. The senior averages 3 points a game, and he's already got his average. Tonight was senior night for Blackford. They got a little bit of a late start of being a doubleheader tonight. The girls kicked off at 6:30, the girls varsity action. Blackford came out on top on that one. We had a bit of a pause in between games as the seniors in all winter sports were recognized as Leggett puts up another 3. It's going to be a little bit of a late night heading home tonight, Keith.
Yeah, it is.
Duran from the right side. Now you got a long drive home tonight. You got to be able to stay awake.
Yeah, that's what they make caffeine for.
Kitterman with the lob. The leg didn't work out, but the ball comes back to him. Kitterman puts the offensive rebound back in. That'll give him 5 tonight. 17 seconds to go in the first half, and the Bruins off to a great start, leading 13-5. Kitterman with a chance to move that up to 14. Well, Keith, another wholesale substitution for Eastbrook, so they're running about 9 guys at Blackford.
Yeah.
We'll see if that comes into play at the end. Blackford does not go deep.
Right.
Although Blackford did make a substitution here. Eli Morgan, he's kind of the 6th man for Blackford. He comes in. We do see Blackford suffer from fatigue a little bit toward the end of fourth quarters at some times, but if they're this far ahead as Luthi launches a 3, and that one's good. Big bucket for the Panthers. They cut into that Bruin lead here in the final seconds of the first quarter. Leggett's going to try to get a final bucket from Blackford. Off to Duran. Duran's shot is good! At the buzzer, Reggie Duran.
The deep 3 from Duran.
So the 3-point shooting tonight, just ridiculous, Keith. And Jacob will have some numbers for us here in a minute, but compared to last week when Jacob probably has the numbers, I think maybe 2 of 15 or something.
Well,
tonight, just incredible.
The way I see it, both these coaches were aware of last week's games and are students of science.
Maybe we saw bigger rims. Maybe the hoops were too small last week, and we put some bigger ones. Only apparently on the left side, because the right side's been pretty cold for Eastbrook. Jacob, what have you got for us in that first quarter?
Or that.
Got 4 made 3s for the Bruins in that first quarter. 4 of 10, so 40% for Blackford.
Okay.
So we've got Kitterman must have made
and
2 of
19
those.
points for the Bruins in a quarter where Marion Leggett had 0, or just 1 3.
Leggett has 3, Kitterman has 6, Duran has 3. I believe all those are the 4 3-pointers. For Eastbrook, Luthi hit a 3-pointer there toward the end. Ruberg surprisingly hit a 3-pointer. That was his 2nd 3-pointer of the season, according to my numbers. He's now 2 of 13. The other 2 points coming from Caden Jones. Just Blackford defense holding Jones to 2 against his 17-point average. But it's early. Anything can happen, Keith, especially when we switch ends, because apparently the left end is the larger hoop.
Yes, it is.
Howe finds the backdoor cut.
Good defense.
Ruberg was cutting there, but Blackford able to block that shot. Duran's double teamed by the Panthers. Kitterman, shot off the mark. Rebound basket by Morgan. Keep number 3 for Blackford. Javian McFall is in, the senior on senior night.
Okay. I think we're rooting for him, are we not?
We absolutely are rooting for him to get a basket. I believe he's not scored yet in his career. And here from the right side, that's Slater. Sorry. Slater gets his first basket.
Keith, you asked about Blackford's three-point percentage last time we saw them at home against Frankton. The Bruins were 2 of 24 in that game.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So already considerably better tonight.
In the same gym.
That's less than 10%.
That's good, Keith. Luthi with the steal, the run out by Howell, and the lay-in. So things starting to warm up a little bit for Eastbrook. They've got the lead down to 9. There's McFall over to Leggett for 3. Ball was very far down before it came out. Luthi ended up with that rebound for Eastbrook. From the corner, it's Slater.
Eastbrook needs to get more people on the offensive boards.
McFall looking for some help, gets it back to Leggett. Leggett will put up another 3. That one's good. That is 6 points now for Marion Leggett. Here's Howell on Leggett, drives around him off the glass. Nice bank shot, Keith.
That was.
Leggett finds Kitterman under the basket, unguarded. Keep the Eastbrook defense struggling a little bit. Blackford definitely getting some pretty good looks.
Yeah.
We're going to get a timeout. Maybe Eastbrook coaching staff thinking it's the same thing. Blackford leading by 11, 26-15 now. Reminder, if you're joining us late, kind of where things stand. Oh, I see Jacob is currently updating. We just updated the Central Indiana Conference standings as Oak Hill handled Madison Grant quite easily earlier tonight. Blackford looking to stay alive in the Central Indiana Conference standings. They have tonight's game against Eastbrook, and then the final game will be against Oak Hill. So if they could win both of those, they would potentially tie for the conference championship. Oak Hill's final game before facing Blackford will be against the Elwood Panthers, and Keith, you'd have to think that they're going to handle that one relatively easily.
Yeah. So it is conceivable that Oak Hill could have a deep run, maybe to state.
What's that?
Oak Hill may have a deep run, possibly even to state.
Yeah, Oak Hill ranked number 1 in Class 2A. Very, very strong team. Here's Howell against Kitterman. He found Jones. Jones only 2 points, I believe, so far. And Jones, the leading scorer for Eastbrook. He's only got 2 as we're almost halfway through the second period. From the corner, it's Jones. I think we hit the strap, the dreaded strap, Keith. Maybe that's our only one for tonight. We should be done now.
Okay.
I think we get one tonight. We should keep that stat, Jacob. We should keep number of times the strap is hit per game.
I want to see it
in the lane. Leggett for deep 3. That one's good.
Wow.
Howell's going to put up the 3. That one long off the glass.
Okay, I have a question. Just trying to redeem myself from my earlier miss. In basketball, what is a sitter? Very rare, a sitter. Very rarely it happens, but you will see it.
And a ball that just kind of stops on the rim and doesn't want to roll either in or out momentarily and sits there?
Absolutely. It is possible for that ball to sit in the back of the rim.
And what brings that to mind?
Well, you talked about keeping stats on hitting the straps, and we talked earlier tonight on the side of the backboard and other nuances. But I remember last year in NCAA play they had a sitter, and very seldom do you see that. But it is a possibility. The ball can sit in the back of the rim.
Jacob, you mentioned earlier that the Eastbrook or the Oak Hill girls, if you weren't with us, the Oak Hill girls have won the Central Indiana Conference Championship. We can kind of put their standings up here. The Oak Hill boys are also leading. Jacob, you had a trivia question for us?
Yeah, if you watched the girls' game, you know the answer to this, but Oak Hill girls obviously won the conference. Oak Hill boys looking poised to do the same. So what would be the last time that happened in the CIC, the last time the same school won in both boys and girls basketball?
No cheating. If you watch the girls' game, you already know the answer, so don't raise your hand. We're not going to call on you.
I did see we got a couple guesses for Frankton in the girls' game, and I'll say that's an excellent guess, but was not correct.
Yeah, that's a good guess. It's not a feline, and it is an animal.
There's Hackman for three. That one off the mark. Rebound to Jacob Berry. Berry getting some playing time now. Kitterman will launch another three for Blackford. Off the mark. Rebound, Jacob Dillon. Kitterman will try a three. That one goes down. That's 11 now for Kitterman to go along with 11 for Amarian Leggett.
And his high, a career high is 14.
Oh, I think it's higher than that, but I don't remember. It's got to be higher than that. He's averaging, I have that here. He's averaging 14 a game, so I'm not sure his career high is. It's got to be in the 20s, I would think.
It does. I'm confusing.
Here's Hackman from the right corner. Again, this rim is much smaller than the one on the other end.
Yes.
Leggett will press the action, spins, drive through the lane, off the glass and in. That's some of the things that he does that's special, Keith.
Yeah.
Here's Hal with a deep three. Well, Keith, just like that, this is a 21-point lead for the Bruins.
They are feeling it tonight.
This is not the same team that played Frankton last week. Oh, nice pass to Dillon. It's Hal again looking to make something happen in the lane. He gets the basket. Leggett will drive against 5 defenders and lays it in the lane. Sure. I need to see if I can capture that replay. And that was literally against 5 defenders. Luthi drives the lane. His teardrop is in. Marion looking a little bit winded. He's going to take a little bit of time here. Over to Kitterman. Kitterman drives on Luthi. Looking for an angle to give it to Jacob Dillon, but it's not there. Jones take it to the basket, and he'll get his 4th point. Only 4. We're coming in the last 30 seconds of this first half in which Blackford is dominated with incredibly hot shooting. Kidderman will hand to Leggett. Nearly lost it there as we try to run out the rest of the half. Leggett double teamed. Now 2 more ago. Jacob Berry was open on the baseline. Tried to wrap around pass to Morgan. Got picked off by McFeely at the last second. 1 second to go in this half, and he's fouled by Hackman. So Blackford looking to move it up to an even 40 at the end of the first half.
There's some good looks there, some real unselfish play looking for the open player.
Well, the focus definitely, or the focus of the Eastbrook defense definitely around Amarian Leggett, as it should be. That's left some open Bruins. And Leggett and others have been had good vision and been able to find those open Bruins. Got really good looks at the basket. Shooting percentage, we'll have some stats here at halftime, but it has to be incredible for Blackford. As McFeely hits the second one, gives Blackford 39. So 39, Keith. So what we can see on the scoreboard is Jacob kind of adds up some halves or some stats. Leggett has 15 for Blackford. Kidderman has 11. Dillon has 4. McFeely has 1 3-pointer. And Eli Morgan has 2, so he's in at the end. Reggie Duran, I know, has at least 3. Jacob will have some of those numbers. Caden Jones, the season leading scorer for Eastbrook, averages 17 a game. He only has 4. Bodie Howell has 6 for Eastbrook. Luthi has 5. And Ruberg had a early 3-pointer, again, his second of the season. Jacob, you been able to add up anything for us, or you want to keep the talk about sitters a little bit more?
Yeah, I want to see a sitter. That's really weird when that happens. It's just talk about a game coming to a stop.
Yeah, I've got some shooting totals for the Bruins.
I want to take a guess before you get into it. 3 points.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm going to say Blackford may be close to the 50% mark, or no?
Not quite, but certainly close. Bruins are 7 of 17 from the 3-point line tonight. 8 of 11 from inside the 3-point line, so 15 of 28 total from the field. So over 50% from the field are the Blackford Bruins. Eastbrook is 3 of 13 from the 3-point line, 8 of 23 from the field as a whole.
So that larger rim to the left of us here certainly has made a difference in Blackford's play.
All right, Keith, we're going to show this replay. This is the only replay we have. You see Amarian Leggett has the ball. I don't have a telestrator. You can see him with the ball. You see the five gray shirts.
Yeah.
All in position to stop him from getting to the rim.
Yeah.
He's passed the ball. I don't know what happened to the first one, but here come all 5 of them. They're all coming, Keith.
I see it.
There you go. Just like you in high school.
No. Yeah. That was, he does have the ability to, a quick first step and the ability to penetrate and finish at the rim or pull up, just whatever the case demands. And he was certainly feeling it from long range tonight. A lot of his 3-pointers were nothing but that.
You have a few scores coming in from around the area. You might see them coming across the bottom of the screen, but we mentioned it. Oak Hill took care of business against Madison Grant, defeating the Argyles 81-28. Elwood and Franklin are at halftime. Elwood trailing Franklin 16-33. Wapahani and Delta, that was a big game between 2 really strong Delaware County schools. Delta won that one 54-51. And the team that the Bruins will play tomorrow night, Jay County, beat Bluffton 47-39. And Bluffton, a really strong team this year. So that could be a big game for the Bruins tomorrow night.
Well, I learned something tonight. I learned what an Argyle is, and it's not a sock. It's a Scottish Highlands warrior. So that's, I will now know.
Keith will sleep easy tonight. A successful day.
Well, the other one I got to figure out is when I drive through Martinsville, I'm trying to figure out what an arty is.
What's that?
An arty.
Martinsville.
The Martinville Arties, or I think long, it's Martinville Artesians. So I will have to figure that one out now that I know the Argyles.
So Jacob mentioned that tomorrow night Blackford will travel to Jay County. That starts the first of a 4-game road streak and 5 of the next 6 away from home. The next Blackford home game won't be until February 20th when they will host Northwestern. And we will have that game right here on IHSA TV and on the Blackford TV YouTube channel, as well as the final game when Blackford will host Muncie Burris before going to sectional. Note that Delta game, that was rescheduled. That was supposed to be this week, and due to weather, that got rescheduled to the 3rd. It's going to be sectional season, Jacob, so if we kind of take a look at the teams in the sectional, both these teams are in the same sectional. Eastbrook will be hosting, and I will say get there early because the parking lot is not very big.
Okay.
Get there early or you're going to be parking in the grass. But, you know, it looked like Blackford's from a record standpoint, looked like they're a pretty strong favorite in this one, but we've seen stranger things happen. And definitely.
Well,
Go ahead, Jacob.
Don't let that Wapahani record fool you. That's a really good team that they have. They play a really, really tough schedule. Like you said, they almost beat Delta tonight. Delta also a really strong team over there. So we'll see Delta on Tuesday when the Bruins travel to Muncie to play them. And I think that Wapahani team could be a very tough team to beat come sectional time. They always have a strong program there, Wapahani.
I don't know how many players they will be returning, but I remember last year, I think they had the longest three-point shooter from the year last year. They had a young man that could launch it. I think it's the volleyball court markings. He would shoot from behind that. It was Seth Curry. So I don't know if he'll be back this year again or not.
Jacob, let's ask your trivia question one more time, and we'll maybe give the answer at the end of the 3rd quarter. But what was your question again about conference champions?
Yeah, Oak Hill undefeated conference champions on the girls' side. Looks like they could do the same on the boys' side. That would be the first time in almost 10 years that has happened. The same team winning the conference championship on both boys and girls. So trivia question for tonight is, who was the last team to win the CIC on both the boys and the girls' sides?
Can I guess?
No, you can't guess. You're wrong answers only. So if you're on YouTube and you're a subscriber, you can put something in the chat. We would be curious to see what your guesses are if you haven't guessed already, or even if you know from watching before. Impress all your friends. Put the right answer in there, and we won't tell that you were watching the first game and heard the answer during the girls' game. If you were someone you know who's just donating outside tonight, chance to be in the Blackford Junior Senior High School class of 26. Then please visit the table in the lobby to leave receiving some best swishes. Cards and pins are able to drop a note in their buckets. All cards will be given to them at the end of the season. Thankfully, last Friday night when we were here, we were watching the little weather bug in the corner, and we were debating whether or not it was going to be above 0 when the game finished. And with a little bit later start tonight, a little concern there, but I think we're going to make. I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to make it above 0. Still hanging in at 12. I know for me it was 10 below at my house this morning.
Whoa!
Hopefully we don't have a repeat of that tonight.
And frost on the pump handle.
Well, Keith, last week Blackford was ranked number 6 in Class 2A. It came out against Frankton and certainly did not look like a number 6 team where they played in the way they shot last Friday night. But the ranking dropped to 10 in Class 2A this week. And today I think they looked every bit of a top 5 school. So it's amazing what confidence can do, right? This Eastbrook team on a little bit of a losing streak here, and maybe that's partially impacting just their little bit poor shooting tonight. And Blackford definitely has started out hot. Mason Kitterman hit that first three-pointer to get things going for Blackford. His very first shot of the night. And as I said at the time, when Mason Kitterman hits his first shot when he's hot in the first half, Blackford is a very difficult team to beat.
And who knows, it may have been just good to get the monkey off your shoulders.
Oh, you believe in the good loss?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, okay, quiz question. What's the greatest football team of all time?
Well, clearly, don't make me say it. Are you talking college or pro?
Pro.
Because college, I would have to potentially admit that.
No, we're talking pros.
Oh,
and
okay.
I just looked. You can Google this, and the first 3 hits will agree. The greatest pro football team of all time.
You'll have to tell me your opinion.
The year was 1985.
All right, well, we're going to have to come back to that because we're starting the second half.
Okay.
So Blackford starts the second half up by 18, a very comfortable lead. Eastbrook's going to have to find something special here in the second half as Marion Leggett puts that first shot up off the glass and long. There's Howell driving around Kitterman into McFeely. Now Howell again will set things up. Ruthie drives. Rebound Reggie Duran for the Bruins. Well, Keith, we're going to find out if this basket on our right side is in fact smaller. So far, we haven't hit the basket. That looked pretty easy there.
Yeah.
Didn't look very small there. Leggett got that one relatively easily. Here's Jones for 3. From the corner, McFeely off the mark. Duran reaches over. Jones is able to tip that to himself.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good rebound.
That is 6 rebounds for Duran tonight.
Duran feeds it to Dillon. Back to Kitterman. Kitterman in the paint. He's doubled. He's called for travel.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, I can cue this replay up earlier of Leggett's in the lane shot. Behind the back dribble, spin, and fade away. That's pretty. Pretty. Not sure that's the right term to use, but a nice shot. Apologize, Keith cannot see where he's aiming his camera when I've got the replay up on the screen there.
No,
here's Jones in the lane. Trying to force the action a little bit. He's going to draw the foul on Reggie Duran. Again, Jones with 4 points in the first half.
Is first at the line for the Panthers, number 15, Katie Jones. 2 shots.
Jones will go to the line to 72% free throw shooter. Misses that first one.
It means he's going to hit this one.
It does. He's going to hit the next 3.
We are all students of science up here.
Oh.
Uh-oh. The next 8.
50% of the time he hits all those. Here's Leggett off the glass and in.
It's a big step.
Leggett now with 19. Howell drives on Kitterman. Kitterman's called for a foul. Not a lot of contact there, but nevertheless, we'll get the foul call on Mason Kitterman.
Number 23, Kitterman. This is team second. Checking in for the Panthers, number 12.
That's Kitterman's first foul. He's got 11 points to go with it. Like as I said, it's got 19 points. It's Hackman now. To Howe inside. Hackman cuts the lane against Dillon. Dillon with the block, I believe, might have been McFeely. Hackman not happy about the lack of a foul there. Leggett will drive against Howe. Pass out to Kitterman. Kitterman's shot off the glass. No. That one blocked by Luthi, I believe. Luthi drives all the way to the basket. Leggett will take his time here for the Bruins. Feely guarded by Hackman. Duran in the lane. Not sure he wants to be in there. Here's Kitterman from the top of the key. It's good. Give Kitterman 14. Blackford leads by 24. Luthi spins in the lane. That'll be a foul on McFeely of Blackford.
14, McFeely.
It's McFeely's first, as you heard, that's his first team's third. No fouls on Eastbrook so far this period. There we go, Keith. He's got to make that the next 6 in a row now, right?
That's 6, yeah.
Number 30, Blake Jacobs. And for the Bruins, number 33,
Eli Morgan in for Blackford. Let's see if Jadian McFall gets back in this game at some point. I expect he will. Luthi hits both of those, and he's replaced by Blake Jacobs. Eastbrook sticking with their rotation tonight, Keith, even trailing by 23. Blackford's got them doubled up. Here's Kitterman again. Not this time. Looks like we're going to get a foul on Jacobs. That is on Jacobs. Jacobs just having entered the game. Gets on the stat sheet. Not really the way you want to, but he's on the board. Jacob Dillon with the custodial work.
Yeah.
So Blackford up by 23, halfway through the third period. Kitterman, strong take to the basket.
Very strong.
Jacob, have you looked at what is Mason Kitterman's career high? He's got 14 so far tonight. I don't know that will continue at that pace, but it's a pretty good night for him so far.
Yeah, Mason scored 29 earlier this year against Cowan, so a long way to go to get to that number, but definitely a very good night for Mason tonight.
And for our fans' sake, Jake, Leggett has 19. I know it's a long way from his career high that he set earlier this year, but remind folks of what that is and against whom. Probably should have given him a warning of that, Keith.
Yeah, I did not have that one ready to go, but I will have it here momentarily. Leggett scored 41 against Madison Grant.
41 against Madison Grant.
2 weeks ago.
Those two free throws move him up to 21 tonight. There's Howe on Leggett. Creates a little space, but
whoa.
I think maybe he surprised himself that he was that open.
Yeah.
Judge Hall goes to the Panthers.
It was Jones with the drive and the miss. Actually, it was not Jones. It was Leggett. Oh, he tried the finger roll. All right, kids, we got a short minute here during this free throw. Jacob, the question was, what's the last school to win both the boys and girls conference championships in basketball in the same year? You want to go ahead and tell us the answer to that?
Sure, yeah, the answer to that question is, well, it was Oak Hill the last time it happened. That was in 2017. They were on a streak of 4 consecutive girls basketball championships at that time, and the boys team was excellent at that time. They actually won the state championship the following year when Frankton beat them for the CIC championship.
The Blackford Bruins just missed the timing a little bit on their conference championships. The boys won last year. The girls won the season before that, so just a little off on the timing.
And we did have a couple guesses for Frankton during the girls' broadcast, and that's a really good guess because Frankton did it in 2016, just the year before Oak Hill won both.
So apparently this happens frequently.
Did we have any? Go ahead.
Yeah, it happened frequently, but not in the last 10 years.
Did we have any guesses on the greatest professional football team of all time?
Oh. I did not see it. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
No.
I think you're talking about the 85 Bears there.
Oh, yeah.
Bingo. And why are we talking about the 85 Bears? Because we brought up, quote, the good loss. They were not undefeated. They lost to, I believe, Miami. They regrouped. They went into the studio, recorded a video called the Super Bowl Shuffle.
I remember it well.
And decided they were going to run the table.
Can you sing us a bit of the Super Bowl Shuffle? You don't really have to sing. It was a rap.
It was true. But they recorded that 2 days after their only season loss.
Leggett spins in the lane. He's got 26 now. Ruberg's shot off the mark, but he's aggressive on defense, reaches in there and creates the jump ball. Blackford retains possession here. Keith, you asked why we were talking about the Bears. I thought, oh, because Blackford's leading by 30. Not quite 30, 29. 29. And I'm assuming we've entered the comfort zone as McFall has the ball. And the senior looking to score his first varsity points. There's a, yes, there it is! The first point by David McFall, the senior on senior night. Put the Blackford up by 31.
He will remember that the rest of his life.
The crowd was ready for it. Good to see that young man get those points. Luther spins in the lane, draws a foul, and hits the bucket.
Number 20,
So Luthi hits that one, moves him up to double digits tonight. Luthi has 10 points. I believe he would be leading the scorers. I haven't seen Caden Jones in the game for a while. Jacob, did I miss something? Has Jones been out?
I have not recorded a stat for him for a while. I'm not sure about whether he's been in the game or not.
Didn't notice an injury. Oh, hey, there he is. He's back.
Good call.
Oh, nearly a travel there. Leggett in the lane, dishes out to McFeely. Just Leggett from the top of the key for three. Oh, a little bit of a quick jump ball there. McFall and Ruber kind of both had hands on that. So Hackman will set the offense. Hands it to Luthi. Luthi in the lane, spins. Back to Hackman in the corner. Hackman for the 15-foot jumper, well short. Eli Morgan rebounds for the Bruins. Leggett now is going to push the action, but Luthi's able to grab that. We're going to have a foul on Reggie Dern of the Bruins as we near the final minute of the third quarter. It's going to be the Bruins' fifth foul, so we're going to shoot some free throws here.
At line for the Panthers, number 20. Luthi, 2 shots.
Luthi's 5 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. 80% free throw shooter on the year.
Who's that?
Luthi.
5 for 5. I swear he missed
Jones. Jones missed 2 earlier.
Oh, that was Jones. Okay.
Yep.
So it's a late night, and Keith is in a retirement age, and so it's time for he has to head out to get home before it gets too late past his bedtime. As Jacob Dillon goes up strong, but can't get that to go. So you got your backup cameraman now running the show. So apologies in advance. Here's Jones. He's going to drive the lane, spin against McFeely. Shot off rebound to McFeely. Leggett will reset the offense for the Bruins. He's double teamed. He tosses it to McFeely. Now Reggie Dern. Blackford content to play catch a little bit here in the last 10 seconds of this one. Go for the last shot of the third quarter. Leggett now with 9. He'll attack the basket. Dish out to Reggie Dern. He'll go for another end of quarter shot. Dillon with the basket. That one blocked by Luthi in the final second. No one's going to get a shot off, but Blackford definitely comfortably in control at this point. Leading 55 to 29 as we enter the fourth quarter. Currently, Amarian Leggett has 26 points, leading the Bruins. Mason Kinnaman's not in the game right now. Of those in the game, Jacob Dillon has 4. Reggie Dern has that three-pointer earlier in the game, the buzzer beater. McFeely has 4. Kinnaman back in the game now with 14. And Javian McFall has 2.
Another CIC score coming in now. The Elwood-Frankton game has gone final. Frankton winning that one 62-34.
Repeat that score again, Jake. I think you cut out there a little bit.
Frankton beat Elwood. That game has gone final now, 62-34.
62-34. All right, thanks. Not what I wanted. So again, looks like Blackford's got this one somewhat in control at the moment. It'll be tomorrow night at Jay County. Hope we see a lot of Blackford fans make that trip. McFeely with the drive, the reverse layup, does get that to roll in. Here's Jones for three. We're gonna get a travel here, I guess, on Jacob Dillon. Dillon has 4 points tonight.
Check the back increase with number 24, Gavin Kruger.
That three off the mark again. Mason Timmerman with the rebound for Blackford. Dillon will launch a three. I got the crowd excited a little bit. You could hear the excitement that might go in. A little bit of surprise, but it was not to be.
Check back in for Eastbrook, number 20, Malachi Luthi.
It's Ruberg on the drive, gets his own rebound, and draws the foul. He's going to go to the stripe.
Foul runs number 14, McFeely. At the line for the Panthers, number 24, Ruberg, 2 shots.
Ruberg gets them both to go. I think he's got 5 points tonight. Oh, the ball nearly stolen from Leggett. That one is stolen by Luthi. Luthi to Howe. Back to Luthi in the lane. Luthi really just struggling tonight. Leggett with the runner. Out to the corner. Luthi will spin on McFeely.
2-point basket, number 20, Malachi Luthi.
Game just getting a little sloppy now on both ends as both teams realize the outcome has been decided. That three from the top of the key. Rebound Reggie Duran. Ball poked away from Dillon.
Back in for Eastbrook, number 12, Landon Trump.
Eastbrook continues to substitute and run several players through this game tonight. Logan dishes it out to Dylan. He thought about trying another three. The crowd kind of wanted him to do it. Logan just about slipped and fell down. And we're going to have a foul here. That's going to be on Blake Jacobs.
Number 30, Jacobs. The second. Checking in for the Bruins, number 8, Jalen McFall.
So the senior McFall's back in for Blackford. He got his first varsity points earlier tonight on senior night. Feeling number 3 with the ball. It's Mason Kitterman now. Kitterman will drive. Draws the foul. Kitterman has tonight 14 points. Including the first 3 of the night. Got things rolling for the Bruins. They shot incredibly well tonight. A different team than we saw last Friday night when they were 2 of 24, I believe, from three-point land. Tonight, a much different story as the shooting has been hot early on, and throughout the third quarter, Blackford pulled a pretty comfortable lead. Things have gotten a little bit more hectic and a little rough this last fourth quarter, but overall, really strong shooting performance for the Bruins tonight. Shot off the back side of the backboard. Turned with it. He's being pressured by Ruberg. Gonna fight for it a little bit. Blackford's gonna retain that. Kern's a little slow getting up. I think he's gonna be all right. He's gonna come out now. Jacob Berry will come back in for Blackford, number 12. That Carmel Ben Davis game in Indy, I knew was a big one down in Class 4A, I believe. So that was a 2-point final, so that had to be a good one down there.
Another final score we just got in the CIC, the only other game that was going on tonight that we haven't heard from. It was a close one. Alexandria taking down Mississinawa 59-57.
Wow. Where was that game, David?
That was at Alexandria.
So Blackford starting to pull some players out tonight. They're out of the game. Mason McFeely, the senior, comes out, as well as senior Jacob Dillon. It would appear that their nights are done for the evening here as we get into the 4 minutes of this one as Ruberg drives and lays it off the glass. Number 15 is Cohen Pitts. His first action of the evening. Is it stolen away? Ruberg gets 2 more for Eastbrook. He's got 8 now. This is Jacob Berry for Blackford. Senior Javian McFall will inbound for Blackford. At some point, he will exit this one, and I expect he'll get a nice hand from the crowd. This is Pitts. Over to Barry. Barry looking for Morgan inside. Couldn't find an angle. Back to McFall. Pitts again will drive. Barry in the lane. Back to Pitts. Pitts in the lane. Out to Ellison for three. That was good. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Jacob Barry. Barry's first three points of the night. It's Barry's third three-pointer of the season. I believe he's 3 for 6, maybe? There's Pitts left alone. Take the short jumper. It's good. Nice save there by the Bruins. McFall has it stolen away. Nothing going in for Eastbrook tonight. They trail by, I can't even do the math, 27. Oh, there was nearly the sitter Keith was talking about earlier tonight. It almost set on the rim, but it did kind of crawl over and in. That's Ruberg's 10th points, I believe. Good night for Mr. Ruberg. Averages just under 3. And now the senior McFall will come out. We'll get actually not a lot of attention, but definitely some support from his teammates on the bench as the senior comes out with senior night. Blackford does still have two more home games, but it was the final home game for the girls, so it was senior night for Blackford for all the winter athletes. But we'll have 2 more chances to see Blackford here at Bruin Gymnasium this season, but not again until February 22nd, as the next 4 games are on the road. We have the opportunity tomorrow night, though, to travel over to Jay County, bring a good Blackford contingent over to Portland, and cheer the Bruins on as they take on a very strong Patriots team.
Yeah, Jay County with the win tonight moves to 12-2, so that'll be a big-time matchup between the Patriots and the Bruins.
Jacob, is Jay County 3A?
They are, and they won the Allen County Athletic Conference tournament earlier this year, so I've had a lot of success.
You may not have it there, but do you know what their offensive average is?
I do have it here, and they're averaging 56 points a game, Jay County.
All right, so Blackford comes away with a convincing win tonight. They're recovering from the woes of last weekend after they dropped their last 2 after their 13-0 start, but a very convincing hot shooting, at least from the start game tonight. And things got a little more hectic in the fourth quarter. The rhythm was lost a little bit, but I think everyone had already determined what the outcome of this one was going to be. Jacob, I don't know if you had a chance to add up anything here, but so these are the games coming up for Blackford. Again, the girls sectional starts this week. That's the wrong thing. Hang on, we'll take a look at the girls. Here's the girls sectional pairing. So for Blackford Bruin girls will play next Friday night at Wapahani. They got a very good draw. They got the first round bye, and then they're on the opposite side of the bracket as the favorite Alexandria. So an opportunity next weekend on Friday to maybe go out and support those girls at Wapahani. Again, on the boys' side, we don't have Blackford updated here yet, but Blackford moves to 5-1 in the conference. That one loss behind Oak Hill. So one more game for the Bruins. They will face Oak Hill and have a chance to tie for the conference. So the effective conference championship will be coming up for Blackford at Oak Hill. Go back to the schedule and see when that game is. So that Oak Hill game will be on the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. So that's 2 weeks from tonight. Blackford will be at Oak Hill. So no conference game next weekend, but that final conference matchup for Blackford will be at Oak Hill. They'll have a chance for at least to claim a share of the conference championship against the #1 ranked Oak Hill Eagles. Jacob, any final comments or stats for us tonight?
Yeah, the final 3-point shooting for Blackford tonight, 9 of 24. They were 22 of 46 from the field as a whole, so not quite 50%, but pretty close. 8 of 10 from the free throw line. And with the win tonight, that is the 600th win in the history of Blackford High School.
Well, congratulations to Blackford on their 600th win. Allie, any comments for you tonight? Allie was running our scoreboard. She is our top-notch clock and scoreboard operator. Any errors you noticed or any apologies we need to issue?
Yeah, there were a couple times where the score was a little bit off, but I normally caught it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks to Keith. Thanks for Jacob out in Charlotte for running stats for us tonight. So join us next time. It's actually not for a couple weeks, so we only do the home game. So we will be here on the 20th of February as Blackford hosts Northwestern here at Bruin Gym. We'll hope you join us. And until then, have a very pleasant evening and stay warm.